Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I'm your VIPRAAJESHNG again from SGA SKODA Coimbatore again, and today I'm here with the new SKODA Superb Sportline variant. You may have already seen my review of the top spec L&K variant of the new SKODA Superb. While the top spec L&K variant is more luxury focused, this Sportline variant on the other hand is oriented towards youthfulness and sportiness. While the overall design remains exactly similar to the top spec L&K variant, there are clear visual differences on this Sportline variant, which makes this lower variant appear more sporty. At first glance itself, you can notice that this car lacks any sort of chrome treatment, with the piano black treatment on the massive SKODA signature butterfly grille. However, the headlamps are quite similar to the top spec L&K variant, along with LED DRLs and LED fog lamps. On the sides, while the top spec L&K variant was shod with 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels, this Sportline variant however receives single-tone dark grey alloy wheels. Just like on the top spec L&K variant, this lower Sportline variant also receives a fender badging. Here's a good look at the side profile of the new SKODA Superb Sportline. Apart from the black details, the sharp and precise lines on the body of the new SKODA Superb definitely adds to the sporty touch of this car. Talking about black details on the Sportline variant, instead of chrome highlights, the side windows feature black piping and completes the look of the blacked out B-pillar. The ORVMs also receive a glossy black finish. Coming lower down, you also get to see a thin black strip on the doors. Moving towards the roof, you get to see a glossy black stubby shark fin antenna and the blacked out sunroof, which are quite similar to the L&K variant. Coming down towards the rear, you get to see the very same LED tail lamps, which also include the Audi-esque scrolling function for the indicators. However, if you look closely, you can notice that this Sportline variant gets smoked out tail lamps, which adds to the black theme of this car. Similarly, you can also notice the blacked out SKODA badging, a blacked out spoiler lip, a thin black strip connecting the tail lamps, and the blacked out Superb badging as well. Apart from these changes, the SKODA Superb Sportline does not feature any major changes, at least on the exterior. You get the very same front and rear bumpers, with the rear bumpers including a rear fog lamp and a 4-brushed metal finish. So people who are not interested in chrome could definitely opt for this black themed Sportline variant of the new SKODA Superb. That was all about the exteriors of the new SKODA Superb Sportline. Let's get to the interiors to check out the features and key differences. Opening the door of the new SKODA Superb Sportline, you get to see an all-black interior, which immediately tends to give a sporty feel. You also immediately notice the virtual cockpit digital instrument cluster, along with the superb quality Alcantara leather seats. Just like on the top spec L&K variant, the Sportline variant also receives 12-way power adjustable driver seat with triple memory functions. However, on the Sportline variant, even the front passenger seat receives 12-way power adjustment, including memory functions. In order to have a closer look at the interior of the SKODA Superb Sportline, let's get in the driver's seat. Yes folks, I'm right now inside the new SKODA Superb TSI Sportline variant. So this is not the top spec variant of the Superb range. However, this is the sportier variant of the SKODA Superb range. That is because this car gets an all black treatment to the interior, along with these carbon fiber kind of inserts on the dashboard and on the door pads. And along with that, you can also see the Alcantara leather trim on the seats as well as on the door pads. So these kind of changes make this interior look much more sportier than the L&K top spec variant. Apart from these visual changes, there are also serious feature upgrades on this variant. Despite being a lower, cheaper variant than the top spec L&K, you get a flat bottom steering wheel exclusively on this Sportline variant only, along with this contrast stitching and this kind of nice perforated finish on the leather on the steering wheel. So this is really a premium car despite being a lower variant, so that is clearly visible over here. However, apart from that, every other control is similar. You get the very same steering mounted controls for the audio, the instrument cluster system, and that's all. Talking about the instrument cluster system, this here is the virtual cockpit display, which was not available on the top spec L&K variant. Let me just turn on the ignition, which is present over here. So that is how the virtual cockpit display of this SKODA Superb Sportline variant looks like. The advantage of being a fully digital virtual cockpit instrument cluster is that you can customize this display however you want using these controls on the right side of the steering wheel. Now just pressing this view button will change the layout of the tachometer and the speedometer, and whatever is displayed on the instrument cluster, whatever you want as a priority for display is customizable over here. So that is really nice. You also get a compass on the top left hand side corner, and on the right hand side you get to see the external temperature. So this is a very customizable, very slick and very good virtual cockpit digital instrument cluster. You also get these menu controls so as to adjust and display whatever you want over here. In case you have just turned on the navigation and set your destination, or you have just played your favorite track, that is also displayed in this instrument cluster. So that is really nice. You get the engine temperature gauge on the left side, you get the actual fuel tank gauge on the right side. So everything is clean, crisp and easy to read in this instrument cluster. However, another exclusive feature on this Sportline variant is that you can actually control this car's ambient mood lighting. Let me just get to the settings. In the settings menu, you get, of course, a lot of controls, including electronic stability control, the interior and exterior lights, reverse parking camera monitoring, the mirrors and wipers. Everything is available over here. However, over here you can also see that this has got a background lighting function, which was not available on the top spec LNK variant. Only this Sportline variant gets an exclusive 10 color customizable ambient lighting function. You can change whatever color you want, which is actually visible over here in this crevice of the dashboard and even on the door pads. This here is a strip for the ambient lighting. However, this being broad daylight, you cannot actually see the bright colors. So let me just try increasing the brightness. This is the footwell lighting. However, be it any variant, any car of Skoda, you get only white lighting for the footwell. You cannot get color lighting for the footwell. So that is kind of a different thing. Other features in this 8-inch touchscreen system include, of course, these menu controls where you can also control the air conditioning, the temperature. This car obviously has got triple zone automatic climate control, so you can actually customize the airflow through this touchscreen system as well. So that is also really very nice. Apart from that, you get other controls such as Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Everything is pretty much standard as seen on the top spec LNK variant and even on the Skoda Karoq. So that is all about the touchscreen system. However, one thing missing on this Sportline variant is the availability of Canton branded speakers. This car, the Sportline variant, also has 8 speakers, but these speakers are not of the Canton brand. These are just typical Skoda quality speakers, but still they are very decent. Of course, you can see that this car does not get any sort of branding for the speakers or anything. The Canton branding was present over here on the top spec LNK variant, but this car does not get that badging. So that's all about that. You can see that these seats are slightly more sportier in terms of support and design. Let me just take off this cover. You get this quilted kind of finish over here along with this Alcantara leather. These are very premium to sit in, very great to be comfortable in. However, you do not get seat ventilation functions on this Sportline variant, which was actually present on the top spec LNK variant. So that is a kind of a compromise you have to make when you get a sportier version of the Skoda Superb, I suppose. Apart from that, everything else remains exactly the same. You get the very same felt-lined glove box with cooling function. You get the very same large center console storage box with a secret storage underneath. And you also get this tambo door mechanism for the cup holders. You get the very same electric handbrake control over here, and you also get the very same 7-speed DSG automatic transmission with all the controls present alongside that. You get front parking sensors, electric opening tailgate, you get electronic stability program, traction control, and you also get engine start-stop system. However, one feature missing on this area is the availability of multiple drive modes. As you may have already noticed, the LNK variant had triple drive modes including economy, normal and sport, whereas this Sportline variant is tuned only for maximum performance. So you can see the absence of a multiple drive mode controller button, and this here is a sliding door mechanism for the storage space underneath, along with the USB and 12-volt charging socket.
So that's all about the center console. Everything else remains exactly the same as the LNK top spec variant. Coming to the roof, however, you can see that the roof line also is trimmed in black headliner. This is a really premium material. Just have a look at the texture over here. It is really premium, really very soft and befitting the Super brand. You also get these smart sun visor mirrors even for the driver side, which also include an automatic lamp. That is really nice, and even of course for the passenger side. You also get this very same electrochromic IRVM, which is also finished in black, unlike the LNK variant. So there has been a lot of attention to detail paid to this cabin. That is actually what we expect from such a premium car. So let me just get to the back seat to check out the space, comfort and the differences when you compare with the LNK variant. Before we get to the rear seats, I would like to show you the front passenger seat of the Skoda Superb Sportline variant. As you can clearly see, even the passenger front seat gets 12-way power adjustment along with triple memory function. This is an exclusive feature which is not even available on the top spec LNK variant itself. So now let's just get in the rear seats of the Sportline variant Skoda Superb. Yes folks, I'm right now in the back seat of the new Skoda Superb Sportline variant, and this is how the all black dashboard looks like from the rear seat. It is quite very elegant and has got a lot of features. Now coming to the rear seat itself, it is exactly the same as before. You get enormous amount of legroom. You get even a triple zone climate control over here for the rear AC vents. You get the very same very large armrest with integrated cup holders. You also get a ski hatch right in between the rear seats so as to load longer items even while having couple passengers in the back seats. So that is really very nice. Along with that, you also get the very same setup of 3 adjustable headrests with 3-point seat belt even for the center passenger. So that is really nice attention to safety. And talking about safety, just like the LNK variant, you also get all the safety features included in this variant as well, which include 8 airbags along with traction control, electronic stability program, multiple collision braking, hill hold, hill descent control, electronic brake prefill and so on. Convenience features also include these sunblinds for the side windows along with a manual sunblind even for the rear windshield. So that is actually very nice attention to comfort and convenience. So let's just conclude this review by summing up all these factors.
So that was a detailed walk around of the new Skoda Superb Sportline variant. As you can clearly see, the Sportline variant is mainly focused towards the younger buyers of the premium category, while also offering certain additional features not available even on the top spec LNK variant. The all-black interiors with Alcantara leather seats, the flat-bottom steering wheel with contrast stitching, the virtual cockpit instrument cluster, the power-adjustable driver and front passenger seats, and the sportier state of tune of this Sportline variant with the lack of any drive modes make this Sportline variant the better value for money option. The pricing for this Sportline variant of the Skoda Superb is on display for you. Do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this Sportline variant of the new Skoda Superb. Meanwhile, this is VIPRAAJESH signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.